What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find latest album reviews. You can find our band interviews, and you can find live coverage of the concerts that we get. I posted an album review of Sentinel's newest record, Unsound Recollections, which came out today. Go give that a watch. I'll also be doing a review of Emarosa's newest record, Peach Club, and then also getting back into the interview stuff. I kind of took a break from those, but they are all coming back in full force, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Live sets, things of that nature. If you're not familiar with the channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything new. But tonight, we're going to be talking about August Burns Red's newest EP, Phantom Sessions. As many of you may or may not know, I'm a huge fan of this band. This band actually was one of the first bands that I was listening to when I got into this style of music and into the music scene, so I owe a lot to them. I don't know if I had mentioned it in previous album reviews that I've done for this band, or if I've done any, because I just can't remember because I'm getting old. But this band, like I said, means a lot to me as a person. I always got to show them some love, because I feel like, without this band, I wouldn't be enjoying a plethora of other bands that I've come to grow and love. So I got to show them some personal love for myself. But getting back to the band, I'm going to go through each track, give you my thoughts and opinions on it, go through some pros and cons, and then finish it out with an overall rating. So the first track is called Midnight. This one's one of my favorites off the EP. It has that cool sort of southern flair to it. Bands that remind me of that are like Maylene and Sons of Disaster, Memphis Mayfire, more specifically Sleepwalking, and Between the Lies, their EP. He Is Legend, things of that nature. Definitely one of those bands that definitely a plethora of those bands that I really enjoy as well, but I like that ABR is incorporating in their sound. But it's really cool to always just see them reinvent themselves, kind of pull out from different genres, unique stuff. I feel like the more recent things that they have come and that they've done have just been really unique, really interesting, and they're still, just as heavy as ever. So I appreciate that just I appreciate that creativity aspect to the band, and obviously they bring no shortage of the heaviness that I know and love from this band. This song has a really great energy to it. The chorus sounds absolutely huge, and is one of those tracks that again I really enjoyed from start to finish. So we're gonna move into track number 2, which is the Legend of Zelda mashup, cover, whatever you want to call it. It's the first single that they had released off of this little EP, and let me just say, I'm a huge nerd. I'm gonna pull off one of my favorite things, which is my Legend of Zelda 8-bit little lamp here. But anyway, getting back to the review, this track just hits me as not only a nerd, but also as a fan of the band. And I know that Dustin is a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series, so for me, this is a cool mash of both worlds that I know and that I love, and I don't really feel like I need to say any more about this track. It's just a phenomenal track. If you love Legend of Zelda, you're gonna love this track. If you aren't a fan of Legend of Zelda but you like ABR, you're gonna like this track. If you like both, then you're just getting hit with a double whammy here, which is really awesome. I think they really did a great justice to not only this franchise, but also just putting that sort of ABR sauce on it. They really it really feels like an August Burns Red track, but also it feels very much like a Legend of Zelda track. So for me, this track is big mood 100%. I know that's corny as hell, but I love this track so much. I bump it pretty much daily just because I'm a huge fan of it. But again, knocked it out of the park. Another phenomenal track off this EP. So we're going to move into track number 3. I can count. Track number 3, which is Lana Key. This one is really unique and really different, and something that I wasn't expecting from the band. And I think this whole EP is something that I really just kind of didn't expect from the band in general. But these next 2 tracks are just unique. And I think maybe they may not have fit on a ABR full length record. But getting back to the track itself, it has this sort of eerie beautifulness to it. I think the added violin and cello section really pairs well with the sort of softer guitar parts as well. This song is primarily instrumental. There is one part of the song that Jake has one line in technically, but overall it's pretty much instrumental, and I think it's an interesting approach from them. I don't know if they've ever done instrumental music excluding maybe like the one-off single or the things of that nature. I think they've really kind of kept it to, Jake obviously does his vocal parts, or they have like a break where there's like an instrumental break, but I don't think they've actually made tracks where it's just been full instrumental, which is really unique. I think it was a good job on their part to kind of keep it to an EP, because I feel like on a record it just depends on how it would have worked out, but I think personally it would have been better if they kept it on here and then, obviously had their tracks with just the screaming from Drake, because I love Jake screaming, but I may be a little bit biased. But anyway, getting back into track number 4, which is Coordinates. This one also is an instrumental track, but I think this one plays off of more the acoustic vibes, which is really cool. I think sound wise it kind of pulls from like a surf rock track meets kind of like a movie track theme song, which is really cool. I think this one could have definitely been mistaken for a movie score, and I love the arrangement on this track. I think it's definitely one of my favorites for that reason, just the way that it's arranged, and it's just a unique track that again otherwise I think would have gone in the dark if it was on a full-length record from them. So I like that they are doing something different. I like that, instrumentally, I think the whole band is phenomenal. And I love Jake screaming, but I think this was a cool approach for them, and I think it was an interesting kind of musical stance on these past 2 songs. So we're gonna move into track number 5, which is The Frost. This is a MIDI version. If you are a fan of the band, this is no stranger to you. They have done plenty of MIDI versions of their songs, but this one was really cool. I think it came out really interesting. I like The Frost. I think it's one of the better tracks off of, I think it's Found in Faraway Places. And I definitely dig this one. It's a little bit cheesy, but I think, since they've been doing it for such a long time, ever since I believe it was Leveler's B-side, that they started doing MIDIs. I could be wrong, because it's the internet. It's going to be on here for forever, so I know I'm going to get a little hashed for it. But despite that, I think it is a really cool version of the song. Definitely, obviously reminds me a lot of video games, which is a bit ironic considering they did a Legend of Zelda cover mashup song on this EP. But nonetheless, I think it's a phenomenal track. I don't know if necessarily it's a favorite just because I've heard it already, but I think it is a cool spin on what they typically do. So we're going to move into some pros and cons. Some pros, I really thought Midnight was sick. The Legend of Zelda cover mashup thing, you already know my thoughts on it. It's fire. It definitely has that sort of nostalgia feel, and I definitely obviously am a fan of it, not only because I'm a video game fan, but also because I'm an ABR fan. And the other 3 tracks I think were very imaginative. I would say this whole EP is a very imaginative EP. Just because I feel like they definitely tried a lot of stuff that's different that I don't know if necessarily a lot of ABR fans would necessarily enjoy on a full length. So I appreciate that in that aspect. But overall, I think it is a solid EP. I definitely feel like the first half is obviously the heavier half, but nonetheless, really great record. Some cons, I feel like it almost feels a little bit fillery in that sense, because it is something that they have been promoting for a little bit of time, and it's been a little bit since Found in Faraway Places, so maybe it's just kind of like a teaser to a full length that they might be recording later in the year. I'm kind of guessing a little bit, but I definitely feel like they might be recording something or they had this out to kind of fill the gap between maybe a full length. So definitely a unique EP from start to finish. but nonetheless, I think it's a solid effort from the band. So my overall rating for August Burns Red Phantom Sessions, I'm going to be giving it a 9.3 out of 10. I definitely feel like it's one you should check out. I would definitely say Midnight and the Legend of Zelda ones are the by far best tracks off the record. Coordinates probably being my third favorite as well, but I think it is a unique listen, and it's only 5 tracks, so I definitely feel like, if you are a little bit hesitant on listening to it, it's 5 tracks. I mean, that's not that much time. It's maybe like 20, 30 minutes tops. Give it a listen. It's really unique. I think it's really different, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. So let me know what you think about it, what you agree, what you disagree with it. I'd love to hear what you think about it in general. And let me know if you have any other bands that are coming up with new releases that you would love to hear my thoughts are. I'm trying to branch out, try to do stuff that's different. So if you do have something in mind, definitely comment below. But if you enjoyed this review, make sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way. Share it if you feel so inclined to. That'd be awesome. And again, tons of reviews coming out, so hopefully you keep your eyes peeled and locked and loaded on the channel. So my name is Brandon. We hope you got your fix, and we'll be talking with you soon. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.